Family, listen, I learned something while I was here in Bermuda. I learned that almost everything on the island has to be imported. So things here are expensive. And I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, I don't necessarily like spending a whole lot of money, but after eating certain delicacies, man, I found out that just because something costs more than you expected, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not worth it. Like, we do this with life all the time. Like, we pray for a better marriage, and then we begin to discover that, like, marriage requires work. Like, we pray for success, but then we begin to realize that success actually requires discipline. We pray for healing, and then we discover that healing requires some difficult conversations. So some of us even pray that, God, I want you to use me. But then we realize that in order for God to use you, it requires for you to surrender. And then all of a sudden we start to question, like, the prayers that we prayed to God. Like Luke 14 says it this way. It says, count the cost, family. Count the cost, because some things in life are worth paying for. Your peace is worth paying for. Your family is worth paying for. Your relationships is worth paying for. So maybe the question isn't how much is it going to cost you? But maybe the real question that you ought to be asking yourself is, what if what God is doing inside of me right now is worth it? I think that's a better question. What if what God is doing right now is producing something on the inside of you that is going to be worth all the trouble, all of the sharpening that you're going through right now? What if it's worth the cost? Because some things may feel expensive, but they're worth the cost.